What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk Terraluna Classic once again. Now, it's almost like a tale of two halves. We saw a gigantic push up in the price yesterday, and today, along with the rest of the crypto market, that price has pushed down. But there is still some exciting and bullish news for Terraluna Classic, which we're going to break down in this video. And again, I don't see a lot of people talking about it. So be sure, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest in Terraluna Classic, to subscribe to this channel. Turn your notification bell on so you will know when we upload our latest content or go live. Check out some of the links in the description if you want to trade futures in an incredibly volatile market, both OKX and MEXC offering you some fantastic discounts. But with that being said, let's get into exactly what's going on in the market. So we see there 1.08 trillion down 5.92%. I'm just going to refresh. We see BTC at 25.5 down 6% in the last 24 hours, ETH down, and then the rest of the market is also down. But if we come down here, we can see Terraluna Classic. Now, we did get a good push up in the price yesterday. We did move our way up. 72nd highest ranked cryptocurrency, down 16% on the day, 276 million. Here's where Terraluna Classic has a slight advantage in that we know that volume ultimately equals burns. So the fact that we see 276 million today gives us about 600 million in the last 2 days, and our market cap sitting at 536. So 9158 is still a good price considering where we were before. Now we'll break down the exact price analysis for you in just a second. But what have we got coming up, which I think is pretty exciting? Well, the first thing is the USTC environment. I did talk about this in a video yesterday where I broke down each part of what this is going to do and ultimately why this is super exciting for Terraluna Classic. That will be in the description. Go and check it out if you haven't watched that video. But what we do know is we've had some significant large validators vote upon this, which has blasted us through the past threshold. So we do know that now the USTC environment will be built, and I think this is incredibly exciting, and it ultimately allows us to test a narrative, to really truly believe and ultimately understand whether we can repeg USTC. I think it's one of the greatest things that we could ask for in the Terraluna Classic community, because I think if we get this testnet, we actually look at a viable option, it could be huge for Terraluna Classic. So again, does look like this is going to go through. We also have that version 2.1 that I talked about yesterday. Voting will come up to that very soon, so keep an eye on the Terra station. I will obviously bring you up to date with everything that's going on with it. But there is also some narratives that we do need to talk about as part of this upgrade. Now, again, I've talked a lot in this space, particularly about how the L1 team brings either utility, burns, or something that's going to drive the price. Well, there is a few other things that we're not really talking about as we move towards parity, that big moment for Terraluna Classic. There are some old things we do need to probably think about. One of those being staking, in particular unstaking. Now, Vegas with a summary, and look, there's other stigma attached to Vegas. I'm not going to kind of go through it, but I guess the point here is certainly one that does need discussing, which is, should there be a delay on unstaking your Terraluna Classic, or should you be able to allow it to be done? And ultimately, there is a proposal here that gives you 0 days, 7 days with 21 days. And as with any meme coins or community coins, there is a tax to pay, or there is a cost of which you want to take it out. 21 days being the least amount, 0 days being the most. If you want to instantly get your money out, should there be a tax applied to it, or should it just be 0% on everything? Now, it's important to reference that a lot of, I guess, competing blockchains, if you will, do offer 0 days unstaking, or at the most, I think it's a couple of days. So again, some of these things we do need to revisit to understand that if we are going to migrate and allow a lot of other blockchains to access us, or unlocking the Cosmos entire ecosystem, do we need to revisit some of these principles that we've had for a long time with Terraluna Classic? Is it the same blockchain it was before? Probably not. So I do think it's important to think about whether these will go, whether there'll be a vote come on, who knows, but definitely worthwhile you guys taking a look at it. And we also know Do Kwon has had his bail approved. So Do Kwon, once again, coming out under house arrest, like we see with a lot of these kind of crypto people that do bad things, but ultimately he has been released on bail for the tidy sum of 400,000 euros, or $427,900. So we do know Do Kwon will ultimately be in detention after his bail request of approximately 427 was accepted. The Customs Court verified his property to be worth millions. And again, look, the fact that it's out, the fact that it's only 400k probably tells you, remember, this is specifically for passport manipulation and evasion. This has got nothing to do with the US, because if it was, he'd already been on a plane back there. So I do think it's important to see that. And like we said, voting for version 2.1 will open soon. Lunk posted 35% gains on June 4th in anticipation of the proposed upgrade. However, Partaken has since given giving up a significant portion of those gains, which we will always get with Terraluna Classic. But remember, version 2.1 upgrade proposal will be coming on June 7th. So important to reference that and make sure that you are aware of it ahead of the upgrade coming parity June 14th. We're obviously going to keep you up to date with everything that's going on. Now, let's take a look at the chart. What's going on in the chart? Well, we're down 16%. We saw this massive run up to the kind of topping out in that high 11.4 range. We did hope to hold it. Now, here's where we got the dump in the market about 6 a.m. this morning. And then once again, a big push down on the whole of that Binance CZ stuff. Subsequently, we are starting to see a bit of a push up. I'd like to see us hold this 9.1 range, which if you take a point here, this is where we were trading before. So in overall price, this is actually a good sign for Terraluna Classic. We are actually holding above where a lot of cryptocurrencies are significantly further down. This is a good sign. Now, I'm not going to say that this chart looks great at the minute. We do need to see this upside movement, but at the same time, we've got a lot of things coming for the price to hold and potentially even push up as we build towards parity. For me, is a good sign overall. But let me know in the comments, what do you think of Luna Classic? What do you think of parity? Do you think we're going to see a price push up in the market or not? I'm interested to know what you think. Leave those comments down below. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, and if you are new, we really appreciate you joining our community. Join us on the live streams every day, 4 p.m. Eastern. And as ever, thank you so much for watching the video. Leave a like on the kit. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.